I'm not here to teach you how to build a bunker. I'm not here to show you how to stitch a wound without medical supplies or military training. And I am definitely not here to sell you gear. There are thousands of videos for that. Guys in clean, tactical vests trying to convince you that a $30 survival straw is the difference between life and death. This video goes somewhere else. We're going to talk about the part of collapse that nobody wants to touch. Not the tactics, not the tools, but the acceptance. Why? Because in a real collapse, after the grid goes dark and the grocery store shelves are stripped bare, nobody is waiting for you. If that already annoys you, or if you feel a defensive comment bubbling up in your throat, good. You're exactly the person who needs to hear this. So, let's say you're one of the lucky ones. You smelled the smoke of collapse before the fire hit your front door. You grabbed your shiny, Amazon-ordered bug-out bag, kissed your illusions of safety goodbye, and ran before the city's concrete traps snapped shut for good. Right now, the city is a rat maze. No law, no food, just smoke and screaming. Somehow, through a mix of panic, luck, and a very anxious spouse, you got out in time. Now you're heading toward the so-called safety of the rural grid. You're dreaming of good people, fresh air, and a clean place to start over. But I'll be honest with you, this isn't going to be comfortable. Some of you will feel angry. Some will feel offended. If you agree, say it in the comments. If you don't, argue with me. But listen to the numbers first. You think you're a refugee, a neighbor in need, a good person escaping the chaos for the sanctuary of the countryside. But to the people who actually live on that land, the people who have spent generations tilling that soil, you aren't a neighbor. You're part of the Golden Horde. That's what farmers and rural preppers call you. Not refugees, not people in need. They call you locusts. You are a biological entity that can eat a family's year-long food supply in a single week. To them, you aren't a person with a story or a resume. You are a threat that has to be dealt with long before you're close enough to become a risk to what they're protecting. Let's calculate your odds with actual clinical numbers. People love to fantasize, but numbers don't lie. Water first. An untrained person can comfortably carry about 15 to 20 kilograms. That's maybe 20 liters of water at best. On a move, active cross-country movement, your body demands 3 to 4 liters a day just to keep your kidneys from shutting down. That gives you 5 days. 5 days before dehydration starts making decisions for you. Then there's the food math. Your backpack might hold 2,500 calories per day in freeze-dried meals and energy bars. But hiking with a 40-pound load burns 4,000 calories daily. You are running a massive deficit from hour 1. After 1 week, your body begins to cannibalize its own muscle for energy. After 2 weeks, your physical strength drops by 30 to 40%. Your reaction time slows. Your grip fails. Now look at the distance. 0 physical prep means you're doing maybe 15 kilometers a day on pavement, maybe 8 to 10 cross-country. If the nearest safe village is 100 kilometers away, that's a 12 to 15-day journey. That assumes the weather stays perfect and your feet don't bleed through your socks in the first 48 hours. Put it together. Best case scenario, you have 5 days before your body starts failing. That's if you don't get lost, don't get injured, and don't meet anyone hostile. You think you'll live off the land? Within weeks of a major collapse, every forest near a road becomes a biological desert. Anything that breathes gets harvested. But calories aren't the real problem. By day 5, when the thirst takes over, your civilized mask dissolves. This is the part people hate to admit. You stop being the person you are right now sitting in that chair. You become desperate, unpredictable, and dangerous. And the farmer on the other side of the fence knows this. He isn't looking at your face. He's watching your body language through a Leopold scope at 200 yards. He doesn't wait for a conversation, because a conversation means you're already close enough to be a problem. He makes the hard call at a distance. No warnings, no second thoughts. Why? Because you aren't the only smart one. Every urban survivalist has the same idea, the same direction, and the same plan they learned on YouTube from fit guys in clean camo. The farmers know you're coming. All of you.
The prep sales managers, the crypto traders who think candles only exist on charts, the gamers who've never carried anything heavier than a console. You're all finally discovering nature, and nature is indifferent to your survival. In American prepper forums, there are entire sections dedicated to defense protocols against urban refugees. They recommend the 200-meter rule. Don't let strangers get closer than 200 meters. Why? Because inside that distance, they control the situation. You're in their danger zone long before they're in yours. They use the no-contact rule. Don't talk, don't explain, don't give them a chance to tell their story. Because the lone woman with a child could be a gang scout. The wounded man begging for a bandage could be a bait for an ambush. History shows us that in times of total collapse, help seekers are frequently used as distractions while the real threat circles around back. Then there's the rule of trust only your own. Only band together with people you've known for at least 5 years. No outsiders inside the perimeter, ever. Why so harsh? Because trust is infrastructure, and infrastructure is something you build before a disaster, not during it. You don't get accepted into closed communities in a crisis. Military bases are closed. Religious communes are closed. Tight-knit farming co-ops are closed. They're not doing it because they're evil. They're doing it because trust is a luxury of peacetime. In a collapse, misplaced trust ends in a shallow grave for everyone involved. You cannot buy a seat at the table once the building is already on fire. In a long-term collapse, the rules are binary: kin or risk. If you haven't been on the range with these people for half a decade, if you haven't helped them fix their tractors, or sat at their tables, or helped them baptize their kids, you are not part of the equation. You can buy the most expensive blade on the market, but if you lack the one essential skill, you're already gone. That skill is prior acceptance. It's the act of deciding right now, while you're safe and warm, exactly what you are willing to do to keep your heart beating. You have to accept that the gate stays locked. You have to admit that the last gallon of water is yours and yours alone. You have to accept that your old-world morality, that nice guy persona you've cultivated, is a lead weight that will drown you. Does that sound dark? Does it make you uncomfortable? Good. That means you're still a nice guy. And in a world where the grid is dead, nice guys are just the people whose bodies line the highway ditches. Serious people don't post gear hauls. They build endurance. They rehearse the nightmare. They find their breaking point in the gym or on a rucking trail before the world finds it for them. They integrate into their communities now, today, while the grocery stores are still full. If you still think you can just head for the hills when the sirens start, remember this: nobody is waiting for you. And the sooner you accept that, the less likely you are to become a footnote in the first week of the collapse. In the next video, I'll tell you why your stay and defend fortress fantasy will fail even faster than your ammo runs out. But for now, do yourself a favor. Turn off the lights, sit in the dark, and listen to how loud your own fear actually is. Accept it. Then, and only then, can you start to prepare.